Hello StockFox family, I'm StockFox and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be discussing playing the long game when it comes to Riot, HUT, and Mara. But before we get into that, I just want to thank each and every one of my subscribers out there who's subscribed to my channel. For those of you who are watching for the very first time, please do consider liking and subscribing, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you'll be notified anytime I put out content. And for those of you who would like to support the channel, you can send a super thanks down below. Now, let's talk about playing the long game. Well, sometimes playing the long game is not just necessarily pushing your money in and basically saying, I'm in for the long haul no matter what. Sometimes you're faced with obstacles out there that they seem to come out of nowhere. And one of those obstacles that came out of nowhere came from one of our banking CEOs, Jamie Dimon, who is the CEO of JP Chase. Now, you may have already heard Dimon comments, but rather than me tell you exactly what Dimon had to say regarding cryptocurrency and Bitcoin, let me let you listen to what Dimon had to say. Here you'll see that it says JP Morgan CEO Jamie Dimon says Bitcoin is a fraud that will eventually blow up. Well, these are some rather harsh comments, but if you take a look down here, September the 12th, 2017 is actually when Dimon actually made these comments. Now, he's made some additional comments here recently, which we'll also take a look at and discuss. But before we go any further, let me, rather than me read to you the transcript here, let me let you listen to what Dimon actually had to say.
That Bitcoin was a fraud.
Yeah.
Why is Bitcoin a fraud?
Yeah. So separate blockchain, which is a technology, from Bitcoin, the currency. And now there are multiple currencies, and so I'm talking about not Bitcoin per se. I'm talking about currencies. You know, the first and the reason, and I'm not saying go short because I know Jim Chanos was up there. You know, Bitcoin can tell $100,000 of Bitcoin before it goes down. So this is not advice on what you do. My daughter bought some Bitcoin and it went up, and she thinks she's a genius now. But it's I did refer to it as like the tulip bulb crisis of the 1700s, whatever. But here's the reason: governments, the first thing they do is form a currency. They like to control the currency. They control it through a central bank. They also like to know who has it, where it is, where it's going. Okay, and you just saw China just is closing down the Bitcoin exchanges. And all I ever said is that at Bitcoin, the bigger these things get, the more governments right now they look at it as a novelty. You know, they love in Washington talk about, oh, this is technology. We love technology. Wait until someone gets hurt. Wait until it's used for illicit purposes, which it is somewhat used for illicit purposes. They close it down. That's my point. So it's not. You can argue and I also think there's a good reason for it. If you're in Venezuela, or Ecuador, or North Korea, you're better off.
Well, as you can see, Dimon here is pretty much all over the board when it comes to why he feels Bitcoin is a fraud. I think you would agree here that when Dimon says that very bad things can happen in this space if you basically allow it to continue without oversight, I do actually agree that there has to be some oversight. But very bad things happen with banks all the time. Let's take a look here. It says Jamie Dimon took a shot here saying that cryptocurrency is a fraud. It's just not a real thing. Eventually, it will be closed, according to Dimon. It says Dimon said Tuesday at the Delivering Alpha conference presented by CNBC and institutional investors, where Dimon joked that even his daughter actually bought some Bitcoin looking to cash in on a trend that has seen it soar more than 300% in a year. Now, I'm not saying that going short Bitcoin and sell 100,000 of Bitcoin before it goes down, he states. And then he goes on down here to further explain that his daughter makes a lot of money actually selling Bitcoin. So Dimon is basically all in when it comes to bashing Bitcoin, as you can see here when it says that basically what and how he actually feels about Bitcoin. Now, we're going to go a step further here, and it says here in this heading right here, it says Jamie Dimon calls dangerous crypto a decentralized Ponzi scheme that's not good for anybody. Well, if that's not really bashing Bitcoin, I don't know what is. On one hand, Diamond seems to praise other countries using Bitcoin, but just not so much the United States actually using Bitcoin. Let's take a look here. So when he says that basically crypto is dangerous, well, let you. In fact, let's do this right here. Let's go ahead and take a look here exactly what Dimon actually has to say. So I'm just going to play this for you real quick here.
Illicit use potential was just one of the many shots fired from JP Morgan Chase's Jamie Dimon on crypto as he and other bank CEOs testified this week. Now, he really did re-up his disdain for crypto tokens. Take a listen.
You have to separate blockchain, which is real, DeFi, which is real, ledgers, tokens that do something and deliver information, money, ideas, simplify, smart contracts. That's one thing. I'm not a skeptic. Okay, I'm a major skeptic on crypto tokens, which you call currency, like Bitcoin. They are decentralized Ponzi schemes, and the notion that's good for anybody is unbelievable.
So as you can see here, Jamie Dimon basically is not a big fan of Bitcoin or crypto tokens. Okay, now the caption here states that crypto hater. And again, this is not something that I printed here. This is coming from Fortune. And it says, crypto hater Jamie Dimon praises blockchain technology in his latest shareholder letter. I don't know how you can praise blockchain on one hand and then bash crypto on the other hand when they both basically go hand in hand. So let's take a look here as to what Jamie Dimon is basically saying here as he explains why he loves blockchain, but he hates cryptocurrency. Let's take a look at, listen to this, and then we'll discuss further.
Discussion today about Bitcoins and digital currencies and so on. How do you see when there becomes a shadow system where you have, like you said before, and I totally agree with your assessment, that the governments would try to stop the currency being a Bitcoin currency, but be a technology? But there would be entrepreneurs who would kind of run a shadow economy system based on Bitcoin. So how would you see that play out?
It's just not going to happen. I mean, you're wasting your time.
So you think they're
when the DOJ calls someone up and says that's an illegal currency and it's against the laws of the United States of land, if you do it again, we'll put you in jail, it's over.
So you really
there's no issue. There will be, and this is my personal opinion, there will be no real non-controlled currency in the world. There's no government that's going to put up with it for long. It's kind of cute now. A lot of the senators in Congress will say, I support Silicon Valley innovation. There will be no currency that gets around government controls.
Anybody here want to take an opposite view?
The technology will be used. It may even be used to transport currency, but it will be U.S. dollars.
But digital,
right.
but the right digital currency will be stopped.
Yes, a virtual currency where it's called a Bitcoin as opposed to a U.S. dollar. These things.
Okay, so rather than just let this play out and continue here, I'm going to stop it right there, StockFox family. So as you can see here, regardless of whether you are playing the long game when it comes to HUT, Mara, and Riot, you're going to always be faced with the naysayers in this particular space. Unfortunately, whenever powerful people speak, and Jamie Dimon, who is the CEO of JP Morgan Chase, is a very powerful individual because his words do mean something when he speaks. It can sway the crypto space some 2-3 percentage points, up or down, depending on the positivity of the news. Obviously, there's nothing positive or glowing that comes out of what Jamie Dimon had to say here recently regarding Bitcoin. Because obviously, if you are in this space and you're invested in HUT, Mara, or Riot, like I am, then you want to have positive news coming out. The good thing about this is that as we go all the way back to 2017, when Dimon basically spoke ill will about the crypto space, it really had very little impact on the trajectory of where Bitcoin was to go after that. which we know that Bitcoin pretty much crossed over $60,000 a coin at one point. So we know that Jamie Dimon doesn't have the last say when it comes to where Bitcoin is going to end up, no more than Elon Musk has when it comes has a say when it comes to Dogecoin. There are just some people who are very influential speakers when it comes to the crypto space. Obviously, Elon Musk had a lot to do with with Dogecoin being where it ended up at, and a lot of people made a lot of money. Kudos to them. But he's also hurt that space just as much as he's helped it. Okay, because now it seems like the only way that coin ever moves is unless Elon Musk has something positive to say about it. Well, it seems to me that Jamie Dimon is inserting himself into the crypto space almost like what Elon Musk is doing in the Dogecoin space. The thing is that there'll be no one person who is going to dictate the outcome of cryptocurrency, and there's no one individual who will basically make or break Bitcoin in the end. Now let's take a look here exactly where some of these coins, where exactly Mara is here after close of business here. And as you can see here, Mara after hours was at $10.37 a share. Closing price at 10.42 here. It still has pretty much a buy rating here over on Barron's with an average price target of $20.43 with 8 ratings here. Let's take a look at Riot here. After hours is at $5.83. We have a closing price of $6.14, and they have a strong buy here at $13.23 is the target here with 10 analysts rating it. And then, of course, we have Hut 8 Mining here, closing after hours of $1.86. And we also have 5 analysts rating it, and we still have a buy with the average price score of $4.75 here. Now, what we can basically get from all of this negativity that's in the marketplace right now surrounding the crypto space is that we have to have resolve. We have to basically figure out what is it that we're in this space for. And I've said many times in the past that you have to decide what exactly you are when you buy any type of stock or cryptocurrency. You have to decide whether or not you're going to day trade it, whether or not you're going to basically be an investor in it or scalp it in some kind of way. All right. Well, I'm an investor and I'm a long-term investor, and I'm in these particular plays for the long haul because I think that we're going to see higher highs in the Bitcoin space. Again, those are my thoughts on the Stock Fox family. Anything I say is not a suggestion for you to buy, sell, hold, or trade any type of cryptocurrency or stock. Please always do your own homework and due diligence. But anytime that there's something new coming out that is expected, that is affecting the space that we're in right now, which is the crypto space, and we're all in here trying to make money for the long haul. So I don't know if you're playing the long game. I don't know if these comments that Dimon basically mentioned to you, are you basically rattled by Jamie Dimon's comments at all? Have you been affected by this, meaning that you're going to be getting out of some of these positions? Have you already gotten out of these positions? And if you haven't gotten out of the positions, or if you have, please leave me a comment down below. I would love to know where exactly do you stand with Riot, Hut, and Mara. And if you're in this for the long haul and you're truly playing the long game, I certainly want to hear from you down below in the comments. Well, that's all I have for you today, Stock Fox family. If you like the content, please do consider supporting the channel. And don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. And that's all I have for you today. And I'll see you in the next video.